Hello, people. Welcome to My Trip to Reality, episode 80. Episode 80. It's 20 episodes until 100. That means I've basically done this for around 100 weeks. That's a lot. That's a lot. Today is going to be a super scattered episode because, well, there's just a lot of things to talk about. First things first, what hit the news and everything is this fucking egg. This goddamn egg, It's an egg, and if I said egg, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's become that popular that it's, egg. And you're like, oh, yeah, that thing. What I'm talking about is the Instagram account, World Record Egg, I believe it's called. And basically the purpose of that video, or that Instagram page with just one photograph of an egg, the purpose of that was to beat Kylie Jenner's Instagram's most liked photograph on Instagram, which had like 18 million likes, and the egg the fucking egg beat it Kylie Jenner, which is just ridiculous, because there's just some person going like, hey, I don't like Kylie Jenner that much, let's piss her off, let's create an Instagram page and get more likes. You're like, okay, not the easiest thing, but then you go, yeah, let's do an egg that'll get likes. And this is just proof of how the internet and Instagram and just social media makes no fucking sense at all. An egg got like, within almost less than a day, it got like 2 million followers plus within less than a day, which is just goddamn ridiculous. I'm having my coffee right here. Oh shit, that's actually... Ooh. Oh. Goddamn. Okay, I'm back. I didn't top it off with a whisk or anything, but that was... Shit, man. That was strong. But yeah, an egg destroyed the whole thing, and like Kylie Jenner is like, that's my response, and it's like cooking an egg on the ground. That's it. But then they also got to the point where they're selling t-shirts of an egg, which is fun. Like, we like the egg. I like the egg. And they sold it for like $15 each shirt, which is smart, because that person is probably a millionaire by now. Anyways, other than that, I do actually want to talk about something that's photography related. It's actually very photography related. But before that, I just want to talk about the business side of things. Because episode 80, it's like, it has this, episode 80 feel like, ooh, yeah, almost 20 episodes to go to 100. We're like, ooh, yes, ooh, cool. And by the way, I'm sorry, I'm not pointing it out, but yes, I am wearing a jacket because it's cold. And it's Sweden, and winter already came, and it's, again, damn cold. Yeah, business related. I actually wrote this, I guess you could call ad, and I sent it out with mass email, so there are different websites for this, where you can just send a lot of emails to people. Like a mass email. I press one button, I send it off to like 50 people. I don't want to do it with just Gmail. I did it with a website and a website service, and you can unsubscribe to my emails as well if you don't want to be included with them. But I'm basically just offering my services and putting a spin on photography in a positive way. And isn't this just a nice segue into what I actually wanted to talk about? But yeah, okay. Okay? Just hold on, listen to me, and just, relax and eat your chocolate, okay? Or drink your goddamn strong coffee. Ha! Okay. So, I introduced myself as a photographer. I wrote a little bit about, just very short about me, and then who I am, what kind of experience I have within photography, and then I actually included, like, as a photographer, why do you advertise yourself? I'm not sure, but in my head it feels like there's a lot of people going, yeah, photographers, who need them, okay? Besides the whole professional side of things, when it comes to companies, when it comes to just private people, I feel like there's a sense of photographers. Why do I need them? I have a camera. I have a phone. And I'm like, a headache, A headache. Such a fucking headache. People are just so narrow-minded and think it's so easy, but it's not. It's not. So I put a spin on it. Why are photographers so important these days? Okay, if you're a photographer, listen up right now, because I have something to say. Yeah, I have a dream. No, well, I do, but no, I'm not doing that. Photographers, listen up. Artists as well, okay? Within your music and everything, but this is more targeted to photographers. So, the reason why photography is so important, okay? What are they? Are they important? Let's look at it, okay? You walk around, you see people on the phone, obviously. And obviously, they don't have the phone in the pocket. No, they have it right in their face like this all the time. Because, of course, And if you're on the subway again, this, of course. If you're in the bathroom, of course. If you are making love, of course, you're looking at Instagram while you're making love. That's like, actually, that wouldn't surprise me. Like, the girl's just flipping through her phone on Instagram. You done yet? You done? No? Okay then. No, that hasn't happened to me. Promise. But you get the point. Everyone is on their phone all the time. And when they're sleeping, they're dreaming of being on the phone. Probably. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is everyone's on the phone. And what's on the phone? Pictures. All over, okay? You advertise the iPhone, the Samsung, with a better camera, and that's the go-to thing to have. But the new phone can't do it with a straight face. But the new phone has a better camera. Yeah, it has like 20 megapixels. Yeah, let's go into a little bit into technical things. I'll fucking own you with one thing. That tiny sensor. Boom! You're done. You're over. Good night. Okay? That's it. This fucking tiny sensor. Good night. Hey, you know what? If you bought a phone because of the camera, you should go to bed right now. Because I just put you to sleep. Boom! Sorry, I just yelled in the mic. But, no. There's a point to this. Photographs. Within every single phone that comes out, they brag about the camera. Okay? Every single ad, when they advertise it, camera, better camera, okay? Now, Instagram. Just photographs and video, but mostly photographs, okay? Facebook, photographs, okay? Tumblr, Pinterest, photographs. And everywhere else, photographs. Photographs are everywhere. And you ask me why you need a photographer? Oh, I don't really know. Why would you need a photographer? There's just so many photographs out there. And a lot of amateurs are taking these photographs because they think they have a camera, but no, they actually have a phone with a super tiny sensor and a little cute tiny camera. Okay? But, again, who needs a photographer? Let's say we have 90% amateur photographers are out there, or just people with a phone taking photographs. Now, the photographers out there, they're not swimming in the same ocean you are. The small fish, the 90% of you. You're swimming around taking taking amateur photographs. Let's be straight here, let's be honest. You might get that one lucky shot from time to time, but you're taking amateur photographs. Now, 90% of that, amateur. 10% of that, professional photographers. Fuck yeah. Who will stand out? Okay? And more importantly, companies. What the fuck is going on? Companies are... I don't know what's going on. Companies... people are breaking in here because I'm just talking about photography. They're like, no, you can't talk about photography. A camera is important. Anyways, so this fucking broke me out of it because I hear them just outside the door. Fuck, man. Alright, well, so everyone's having a camera. 90% amateur, okay? Now companies, if you're looking to advertise on Instagram, for example, do you really want to melt into that crowd of 90% people? You're not going to stick out. You're not going to get any customers. You're just going to be a company with amateur photographs on Instagram, on Pinterest, on LinkedIn, wherever, on Facebook. How do you stick out? Well, hello, I'm Dennis Forsberg and I'm a professional photographer. There. And I've looked at it, and that makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. But, I mean, a lot of people don't think it that way. I think a lot of people right now thought, as I thought before, photographers, why do you need them? You have the iPhone. And you let that amateur shit get to you. I remember when I was selling Sony cameras, when I worked at Sony, and I had a customer just walk past, look back at me because I was standing in front of camera selling them. She's like, and with a straight face, why do I need a camera when I have my phone? And I'm like, I reacted in such a way, I'm like, please go away before I do something fucking crazy. No, but that's insane. That's so like yeah, why would you? Now get the fuck out of here. So yeah, victory sip for me, okay? If you're a photographer right now, there's like this notion of it's over for us. No, it's only the beginning. Trust me. And also, I want to talk about specifically cameras and phones and everything, okay? Now, I wrote this on my phone, but I'm live streaming on Instagram, so I can't say, but I have it in my head. You can become one with photography using a phone. I'll tell you why. The easiest way to become one within photography and just really focus and put all your attention towards photography is having a film camera. First of all, the first thing that's the most important thing, you have 24 to 36 shots within one roll of film. Now, it doesn't matter if you're rich, you only have 24 photographs. You might have a lot of rolls, but still, 24 photographs in the chamber, okay? Now, obviously you want to take at least 5 good photographs, so if you're not 10, because if you count on it, you paid around maybe 50 cents per photograph that you click, that you take, okay? So, like, as a human, you're like, oh, better make it count, And the other thing is, you're not having all these distracting things in the way, okay? Even when it comes to digital, like, you have this scale of framing, and you have like so many options if you want to shoot raw, JPEG, or which color space you're gonna have, and how many if you're gonna fire a lot of photographs at once, or just take a single shot, and where's the focus point gonna be, and blah blah blah. There's just so many things that, like, they are necessary to a point, but if you just want to narrow it down to the core, analog camera, okay? That's where you find your focus and you find your eye, I believe. And that's what I did. I went back to the basics, but started with digital camera. Well, when I was a kid, you had these, small film cameras, disposable cameras. But anyways, let's compare a film camera to an iPhone, to Samsung, to whatever, to a Huawei, okay? Now, when I take a photograph, of course I just want to think about the photograph. I can turn off notifications, but while taking a photograph, you might get a message. You might get a notification from Instagram that someone liked your photograph. Or you might get a Snapchat from your friend. You're like, ooh, what did he type? Or what kind of dick pic did he send? But that's a fucking distraction. And holding this phone, good and bad thing. It's good. You can do so much things with it. You can call your friend. You can pay your bills. Blah 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 blah. It's a calculator. It's a way you can watch porn. It's like you can listen to music. You can watch videos. You can check Netflix and blah 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 blah. The bad thing about it is no human being has the discipline of, like, this is just a camera. I'm just gonna use my phone for the camera. That's it. It's funny how they advertise that it's a good camera, but most of the time what you're doing is probably not taking photographs. Isn't that funny? Because 50% you're watching videos, you're watching YouTube, you're watching Instagram, cute kittens and everything. And then maybe even 50% you're taking photographs. But, they don't advertise the screen and how the screen has such a good quality and how cute kitten becomes so much cuter to look at with the new Samsung phone. No! It's the megapixels. And people buy it and people go, oh, I'll use 10% of the camera and then I'll use the rest of the phone as a calculator, a way to watch something, listen to something. Yeah. You get the point. So if you're taking a photograph, for example, notifications. Just that alone breaks off from the whole focus thing of taking photographs. Actually, being in a state of really looking at the small things, okay? A phone can never be that, because a phone is so much more than just a camera. Now that's not bad. Just a camera is like, yes, the phone is a camera, but you can't compare that to a film camera. You really can't. Because of the reason that there's so much more to it. And there's no person who's going to be like, I'll just use my phone for the camera. You're not going to do that. So if you're shooting a film, that's what you need to do. And even if you compare film cameras with digital cameras, and I've had this discussion so many times, and before I have it, I'm going to drink some coffee. Hello, Robert. When you're using a digital camera, for one thing, it's great. But for another thing, it's you have like 20,000 photographs. Okay, you have 20,000 photographs. Are you really aware of what you're shooting? No, you're not. You're just fucking thinking about how many photographs per second you can take, and you're like until the buffer runs out. Once the buffer runs out, you're like, okay, I have to wait, and then you take like 40 photographs more of the same thing. So going back to film, being aware of what you shoot, and then go back to digital with even if you have 20,000 photographs to shoot, you're still aware of, I'm gonna make this photograph count. I'm gonna make the next photograph count. So there's this God damn it. Sorry. There's this feeling of being cautious of every frame. That way you don't have to fill up your SD card every single time. Even when you're shooting fashion, you might take thousands and thousands of photographs, but instead of taking thousands of photographs, let's say you're taking 1,000 photographs, 5 of them are turning out good. Okay, no one's great. And let's go with 24 photographs. You had 24 photographs to shoot, and 5 of them turn out great. Isn't that just... You don't waste as much time, if you want to think about it that way, but you also, you just save a lot of time. And photography becomes so much more fun doing, if you think about the frame. Let it take 5 minutes before you take one photograph. Is that insane to you? If it is, you should really try a film camera. Alright guys, that's been everything from me, and I'll see you guys next week.